This topic today is about backbeats, how you teach them, why they're important, and why you would want to learn more about them. So let's get right into it. Backbeats. What are backbeats? It's 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's what makes pop music and Afro-American music and jazz, have that extra swing, that extra push forward. So here, let's say I'm playing Amen, the old Amen. So if that feels good, the drummer's playing really well and everything, people start clapping along. But a lot of times we're going to get that 1, 2, 3, 4, Amen. And see how it doesn't swing? Friends don't let friends clap on 1 and 3. It's one of the common sayings among jazz pop musicians. So we're going to put that on 2 and 4. Amen. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can just feel how that makes it pop. I got a little way to play a backbeat down here under my foot. So I'll put that with that. Here we go. You can feel that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So I looked it up. What is backbeat? The dictionary says, here it is, a sharp rhythmic accent on the second and fourth beats of a measure 4/4 time. And then it says characteristic of rock music. You know, that's true, but it's not complete. It's characteristic of the whole diaspora of pop, jazz, Afrocentric, and to some extent South American influences. It is not a big part of, classical music. Let me just demonstrate here how unpresent the backbeat is in this Handel variations. So it goes. You hear that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, heavily emphasizing the 1 and 3 and not making any kind of big deal of the 2 and 4. So let's move forward a little bit in history and look at an early American piece, which is The Entertainer by Scott Joplin. And listen how Joplin, because he's using that stride pattern, you hear that boom, chick, with the chords kind of emphasizing the in-between beats. So, so there's a little hint of the backbeat just because it's boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick. But now let's move forward to the 1920s. I just finished a big arrangement of a piece by James P. Johnson. I did my own version of this great tune called The Carolina Shout. James P. Johnson wrote the Charleston. So that's his most, famous piece. But he also wrote The Carolina Shout. Just a touch of the A section. So it's still got that ragtime feel, but he does something very interesting in the B section. Instead of going boom, chick, boom, chick, he goes boom, chick, boom, boom, chick. So that pushes an accent on the beat too. Boom, chick, boom, boom, chick. So right here. So that just a little bit there, I think, is an early rendition of I'm going to move into that backbeat. Okay, here's an example of a piece you really need to know your backbeat for. This is a piece called Walkin'. It's a Miles Davis standard. There's a lot of disagreement on who wrote this, actually. But a lot of people think Miles Davis wrote it. And listen to this introduction. The left hand, or the bass, is on all 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And now here's the introduction, and it's just a blues after that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what gives it its rhythmic energy, and then the melody. So you hear that left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's It just, wow, that is so inside out, and that gives you're immediately awake to the vitality of that. It's slightly disconcerting because 1 and 3 are comfortable, and that's why jazz and pop music is exciting. because it makes us a little bit uncomfortable. And then with that pushed beat. Here's Day Tripper. So I got the 2 and 4 already going in my foot, and just listen to what adding the accompaniment on 2 and 4 does to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can hear how that Beatles sound, that exciting thing that some of us grew up with, brings out that 2 and 4. And lastly, let's listen to a little bit of I Wish, where the Stevie Wonder takes it even further and plays the backbeat in between the beats. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bringing out the ands. 1 and 1 and. So hope I've made the case right now that the 2 and 4 is very important. How do you teach this stuff? Well, I'm going to use right now, many of you know that I have the best-selling jazz piano method in the world. That's a fact. And so this right here is the first book of a 9-book series. It's for young players. It's not difficult like most jazz books, which is why it's popular. And I'm going to use a tune called Groovy Shoes in here to demonstrate how I use this tune to teach the backbeat. So I'll go ahead and do it with the backbeat in my foot here because I can hardly stand not to. So you can tell if you play this accurately, it like this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it doesn't swing. It doesn't have that push. Z-bop, bringing out the 2 and 4. Z-da-ba-hoo, Z-da-ba-2, 4, B-da-ba-dee-da, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bop, bop. Now we're really feeling that. And the teacher part, actually, that goes with this emphasizes that by playing a secret 2 and 4 underneath it. So I'm going to try to play both the student part and the teacher part here, give you a sense. The tune's called Groovy Shoes, and it's from That's Jazz Book 1. There we go. So you can see how that relates to what I played earlier. The walking tune by Miles Davis. It has that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Here's how I teach it. We just have what amounts to an A minor 7 chord. E, G, A, C from the bottom up. E, G, A, C. And we're going to break this down practicing alternating hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just getting used to that. If students find that difficult, remind them that they can just walk. If you can walk down the street, you can play this because it's right, left, right, left, right, left. In fact, I'm doing that on my feet right now. Bass drum, hi-hat, bass drum. It's actually a tambourine. Okay. Now, once that's comfortable, we do the whole chord position, E, G, A, C. This is all written out. It's on page 16 of That's Jazz. Now we're just playing a chord in our right hand. Used to that hand shape, and now we're going to break that chord up. Instead of playing it all at once, we're playing E, G, A, C, like this. So we're still reading, we're still, thinking cerebrally, but now we start to get freer with it. We're going to double the time of this. So that left hand is bringing out the backbeat. And then I propose that the student take those notes and mix them up. And then mix up the rhythm. So we got there in stages, and that's what makes a method a method. You break it down and you move them into comfortability. Then we pick the whole caboodle up and do it on D minor 7. Back to A minor. Just keep moving between those 2 chords. So let me recommend one way you can do this. To develop this in your own playing, learn a little bit of basic hand drumming. Alternating, but of course that's not a very good rhythm, so let's bring out the 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3. So learn some basic hand drumming. Another great tip, work with a metronome, but not on 1 and 3. Let me say it again. Use the metronome not on 1 and 3. It's absolutely blasphemous, and it's wonderfully fun. And so if we're going to play Hanon to that, for example, you can hear da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So you notice that it's on 1 and 3. But you got to make a mental flip to get it to be on 2 and 4. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here how the metronome is inside out. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's really tricky to get that, to get your mind to leap to 2 and 4. Very tricky. So here's the trick. Count to 3, and then count to 4. And that will turn the metronome around. Listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is how we're going to normally hear it. But I'm going to count to 3 to kick my understanding of 1 off. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If that's tricky, you can do 5 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and. I'm really living in that backbeat. It's a cool exercise, right? You could do it much slower probably when you're learning it. The point is that this enhances your playing even of very 1 and 3 based classical music. Because now, rather than just being guessing games between beats 1 and 3, you're really feeling where the 2 is, you see where it is, and you're digging into the whole concept. Just a few more and I'll get you out of here. One is to use foot percussion, just as I've been doing down here. So I have in my left foot, and that's critical. Put your left foot on the chick. Your right foot's either silent or on a boom. So if we go back to the drums here, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, bass, hi-hat. The reason you want to put your foot percussion on your left foot and play 2 and 4 is that you need your right foot to pedal, but also because the left foot plays the backbeat on a standard drum set. And it's kind of the in-between beat, so it makes sense to put it on, for most people, their non-dominant foot. So what I use, and this is available on my website here, is a tambourine. I invented these for piano teachers. It's there are other kinds of foot tambourines that are made that are cheap plastic, but they also sound bad because they set the jingle sideways on those, so they sound very ringy. Where mine, I set them vertically so you get a real snap, just like the hi-hat. And it's portable, it fits in a violin case and stuff like that. And so what I do is just put that on my foot, and it's on there. You can do it with any kind of shoe, except for sandals, although I have done it with sandals and gotten a blister. And you just stuff it on your foot. Maybe it's not going to work so great with tiny shoes or something, but just some kind of substantial shoe. And then I'm just going to walk down the street, right, left. So the trick to playing 2 and 4 in your foot is to play a silent 1. My feet are going boom, 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 but only this one has tambourine on it. It's that easy. Anybody can keep a beat with 2 feet. After a while, you don't need your right foot anymore. So you can just then pedal with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's just a really handy way for piano teachers to have an instant metronome or to get a cool beat going. And it's true that Mozart didn't emphasize the backbeat, but look how that's enhancing my sense of rhythm. Okay, another thing to do is play just the chords in classical music. So let's put the chords on 2 and 4, just to experience that rhythmic vitality of Baroque music. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it's not stylistically accurate, but I'm just using it as exercises. Okay, another thing to do, and this is a great thing to teach anyway, is to learn a rag with no bass. So instead of, we're going to go. all the chicks and not the booms. I'm learning a little bit about the backbeat. I'm also really locking in those chords and not having all that target practice in the left hand. So bring the backbeat to, pieces that don't have it can sort of enhance that and help you understand it. Just realizing that you probably won't perform it that way. Okay, and the last one is improvise a blues over backbeat chords. And so we're all used to this, boogie bass, probably you know this. So we're used to going. But what we looked at that Miles Davis thing, it was based on all 2 and 4 in the left hand. So I'm just going to play just the C and G. I'm in the key of C at this point. Just the F and C for the F chord. But I'm going to do that on the backbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And I just can tell you, this is the key to improving your groove. See ya. Oh, until next time, man, enjoy your creative music making journey.